Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. And thank you for tuning in to Faith Before Sunday. It is a privilege to be before you today. The rain is moving on, the sun is out shining, and it is a great day to be alive. And I hope everybody's getting to work, starting your day, starting out. Let's stretch it out. Let's get it together. Let's move. Let's thank God for a brand new day. He has given us everything that we need. We know this. We woke up. We're able to do things on our own. We putting ourselves in that old spirit, that Thanksgiving. Let's get excited about today. Let's get excited. We have a lot to be thankful for. We have a lot to be thankful for. We have our family. We have our friends. You know, we have everything that we need. And let's just give God thanks for the things that He is doing for us, to us, and allowing us to do. You know, I just want to say, if you're at your job, sometimes you have to thank God for your job. You have to thank Him for, even if you don't like your job, hmm, even if you don't like your job, because you're there for a reason, and it may be temporary. You may be looking for another gig. I don't know why I'm saying this, but I'm just going to say it. You don't know why you are at the job that you are. Sometimes we are supposed to be in position. We are supposed to be on assignment. You know, some of us is, you know, that's why you have to be in a good place. So you can be used. People don't like you for whatever reasons they don't like you. You're not going to always be liked. People are going to always have something to say. But you can't carry that. That's not your problem. That's their problem. You know? So long as you just get that into you, you know, like I'm doing the best that I can. You don't know nobody's story about where they've been through, what they're going through, what happened to them this morning. So gives people a little bit of grace. If they're acting out bad attitude, just give them space. They'll come around, you know? Um, I've noticed that a lot in my profession that people have bad days, people have off days, and everybody is not on 24 hours a day. So sometimes you do have to give people the grace that you would want, you know, and I understand that. So you let people be them, let them do them. You just don't stop being you. You be the light in the dark place. You be the light in the dark place. So when you come in and people have attitudes at your job, you look at it, you be quiet, and you just let the day progress. The, Lunchtime, hey, how you doing? Oh, hi, hey, how are you? You know, just as simple as that. Don't force yourself in situations that's not designed for you. Don't do it. And I'm going to say this too, to piggyback on what I just said. It is a blessing to mind your own business. I'm going to say this for the people in the back. It is a blessing to mind your own business. You don't have to be in everything. You don't have to speak on everything. Everything is not a discussion for you to have. Stop speaking on people's life. You don't know what people are going through. If you're not adding, you're subtracting. I always say this to my friend, to my brother Alvin. Are you building up or are you tearing down? Are you building up or are you tearing down? I ain't got nothing to do with you when you start tearing down. I don't want no parts of that because I come to build up. I'm trying to I'm trying to help people not jump off the bridge. Okay? I'm trying to make sure that they have a good day, not a bad day. So we just have to make sure. And well, let's watch our conversations sometime because our conversations is doom and gloom too. If you feel yourself going down there, it is a pattern. You have to pay attention to the pattern. You know, the life and death is in the power of the tongue. What you speak, it comes on through, you know? So we have to be careful about the conversations that we have, the conversations that we entertain. It's not always a conversation that you need to have. And sometimes we need to guard our ears because we don't need to hear everything. Everything is not for us to interject into our spirits. So we have to stand guard. This just came to me. Put on the whole armor of God so you can withstand the tricks and the wiles of the devil. We wrestle not against flesh and blood, but principalities in high places. So these things are true. If there's good, there's bad. So either way, I just want you to stand guard and stand guard to the point to where you're not shaken when something bad happens. That makes sense. You know what I mean? Like you can't be so timid to where you shaken if something bad happens. You have to take it because can't nobody fix it but you and God. You know what I mean? So faith before Sunday, I'm just trying to wing it as much as I can, everybody. I'm just trying to be led of God to give of myself of service and let him use me is how he would want to use me. And today I came up with this affirmation. Um, Today I slow down and make space for God before the noise, before the opinions, before tradition. I choose truth. My faith is not forced, it is formed. I allow and I am allowed to ask questions. I am allowed to grow. I seek understanding, not performance. I prepare my heart before I enter any sanctuary. I listen to wisdom, not just words. I pursue relationships over religion. And today I move with humility, discernment, and an open spirit. Moving around the cabin, moving around the cabin, yes. And I hope that a lot of people um, putting yourself in a position to receive good, changing the way that you think, changing the way that you handle situations is everything. We are all human. Nobody is greater than the other. We all fall short. We all trying to do the best that we can, y'all. So give grace to those who need it and give grace to yourself. You know, give grace to yourself. Faith before Sunday is also, I would feel, to, I would want to say that is, you go to church on Sunday but you have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. You have Wednesday. Some people have Wednesday Bible study. Some people pray in the morning at 6 a.m. But for those who don't have that, you know, you can stop on by, leave a comment if you want to, if this is blessing you or, you know, it's here for you to have. It's rough out there for some people who don't have an outlet to um, receive encouragement during the week. We're beat up from Monday to Saturday. And then on Sunday we go to church, we charge up, we get what we need, but we're going right back into Monday. So you have a full week of life challenges, problems, situations you have to figure out, paying bills, hustle and bustle, car breaking down, a whole bunch of stuff. And I just wanted a midweek charge up. I just feel like everybody needed. I just wish that this was available to me when I was growing up, a platform to where I can feel and hear somebody say that it's okay. Um, it will pass. You won't always feel like this. You won't always be in this situation, you know. And I want people to really perceive that where you are right now is not that's not it. That's just a stop through your destination. Your destination is not going to be as bad as it is if you're in a rough spot, if you're in a tight spot. I want you to smile. I want you to be happy. I want everybody to try and just try and smile. When you smile, good things happen. I don't know about y'all, but you can't stop me from showing these teeth. You know, I got all my teeth. You can't stop me from smiling. Like I don't care. I try. And you open yourself up, especially being on platforms like this. You open yourself up and you try to be as transparent as possible, and you try to be upright, try to do the best that you can. Nobody, like I say, nobody's perfect, but I try to say something that will encourage and uplift you know, and then also switching gears real quick, it is Black History Month. So to my black brothers and sisters, not just my black brothers and sisters, but to everybody, but it's our month, so let us have it. It's the shortest month. So let us bask in our glory. Let us put on our crowns and let us celebrate our queens that's out there. And shout out to all the women who has done what you had, doing what you have to do to make it, taking care of the kids by yourself. And shout out to the single moms, shout out to the single fathers, because we're not here to tear you down, but we're here to build you up. And stay encouraged. Happy Black History Month. We have so much to be grateful for. And yes, we are just now starting to live. We're starting to live what our ancestors prayed for. Our ancestors prayed that we would be free, even though that it is a challenge at times. And the state of the world right now, but we come a long way, but we got so much further to go. But our ancestors prayed for this. Your great grandmother prayed for this. My great grandmother prayed for this. Our grandparents prayed for this. So we have royalty in our blood. From generations to generations, we have royalty. And I want us to start acknowledging that how great we are. We have inventors from 1867, starting probably before then, to now, that we have inventions that Black people have invented that is detrimental to our way of life. And if we don't use those things that Black people invented, this world couldn't go around. They couldn't take it. So stand in your power, my sister, my brother, stand in it. And also, switching gears again, let's try and support our Black owned businesses. Let's try to encourage and support one another in that way. And let's start trying to recycle our Black dollar. It's because when we show up, we really move situations. We could make or break you, So instead of going and supporting something that is not of your own, let's start supporting our Black owned businesses because they need help. The mom and pop stores, they're getting pushed out. So if you see something, even if you just buy something, let's try to do that. There is African stores that you can go in that has from sea moss down to clove tea to all the vitamins. You can look it up. You look up the African stores, they usually have herbs and stuff like that. Go get you some hibiscus tea. That's good for lowering your blood pressure. You have a lot of stuff that once you get in there, it's actually nice. You get your ground ginger, you get your turmeric powders, and you get your seasonings, and you get your smoked cayenne pepper and your paprika, all that stuff. So the African stores have it. So you look up the African stores near you. It should pop up if you have one in your neighborhood. If you don't, you have to travel. It's worth it. It's because I um, is looking into doing more with that. I got some moringa powder from the African store down the street from my house. I have um, the teas and the ginger and honey teas, and it helps a lot. And just supporting your Black businesses. So, in closing, I would just like to say, have a wonderful day today. Um, put your mind in the right place. Get upbeat, listen to some music, listen to some, hey, Luther Vandross always do it for me. Earth, Wind, and Fire always do it for me. If you're feeling real bad, listen to some James Brown. Um, it never hurts, especially right now in Black History Month. Say it loud, I'm Black and I'm proud. Nina Simone, Young, Gifted, and Black. You know, Sam Cooke, The Change is Gonna Come. You got your Otis Redding. You have a lot of people to pull from. Let's chime into those songs that uplift, motivate, and do not discriminate. A lot of stuff. Um, Jesse Jackson just passed away. Condolences to his family, and he has contributed a lot to the civil rights movement with Dr. King, and he's done a lot of stuff. My pastor just sent me a clip of Jesse Jackson being on Sesame Street. And it's crazy because you see those young video clips of them back in the day, and when you see them once they're older, you can see the wear and tear. You know what I mean? Like you've been through a lot, So God bless you, um, Reverend Jackson, and thank you for contributing what you contribute to the Black community, and we don't take it for granted for the sacrifices that you and your family has made because once the wife of a man, um, she goes through it too. So hats off to her or any children that is suffering right now and his loss. If we will miss him. Um, but in that, I just want to say, love yourself, be yourself, stay true to yourself. This is Donnell Threets, Faith Before Sunday. Be sure to leave a comment. Um, and we will see you on the next time when it's time. All right.